Live at 4, this is 13 News Now.
A deadly start to the day in Newport news.
Police are searching for a gunman after they found a 45-year-old man dead in an apartment. It happened at the Woodlands at Oyster Point apartment complex on Forest Drive. That is about a mile from city center.
13 News Now reporter Allie Weatherton is live at the complex. And Allie, police say this started with a fight.
Yeah, that's right. And police are still here at the scene almost 8 hours after the incident happened. Now, they told me that they responded to a fight disturbance, and then it was upgraded to a shooting call. When they arrived, they found a man shot and killed in an apartment. Now, that man was identified about an hour ago as 45-year-old Anthony Parker. Now, this is video shot from the scene earlier in the day. Police tell us the call came in a little after 8:30 this morning. Now, the shooting happened right beside a playground where I'm told by neighbors kids play right before they get on the bus. Police tell us several rounds were fired and they found several shell casings outside the front door. This marks the 22nd homicide here in the city.
One we know is one too many. 22, we need to find out who did this and the others.
You heard that. Now, police are still searching for the suspect. If you know anything about this incident, you are encouraged to contact the crime line at 1-888-LOCK-YOU-UP. Live in Newport News, Allie Weatherton, 13 News Now.
All right, shifting the weather. And Jeff, we were more seasonable today, temperature. Yeah. So we're going to stay that way or what?
No, we're actually going to go up.
Okay.
I think. I'm not 100% positive. I know it's going to go up. The question is how much.
How much? Okay.
Do we hit only mid to upper 50s tomorrow, or do we make 60? I'm actually going to go 60, even though most of the computers are saying it's not going to get quite that warm. Typically, with a strong westerly wind, they tend to underdo it in my experience. The air comes down off the mountains and sinks, and sinking air is warming air. So there's nothing on radar out there right now. No clouds at all, just a chilly temperature of 47 degrees, down from a high earlier, again, around 50, which is pretty close, as Janet said, to normal for this time of year, just a tiny, tiny bit below. Winds out of the east-northeast, 7 miles per hour right now. The pressure is holding steady, 30.03. We are going to see that warm front, though, arriving late tonight and into tomorrow. And what that does for us is it means that temperatures really, once they drop pretty significantly this evening, they're not going to keep dropping like we've had a lot lately here during the evening and overnight hours, especially with a dry air mass and clear skies. If this were a week or so ago and we didn't have this front coming in, we'd go 45, 39, and then these numbers would get way down here into the lower 30s. That's just not going to happen, though, as that southerly wind kicks up. It'll be a little colder for inland spots and rural areas, but in general, that trend shows you that the warmth is our friend, at least for tomorrow. I'll talk more about that, and then another change the other direction when I return.
All right, thanks so much, Jeff. Pretty much the nights are cold, and 13 News Now reporter Elise Brown stopped by Norfolk Animal Care and Adoption Center for ways homeowners can keep pets safe during the winter.
That built America to remain solid and true and steadfast, and I see them eroding.
All right, apparently that was the wrong video, so let's move on to the next story. A man who caused a deadly DUI crash will spend more than 4 years in prison. The sentence for Christopher Kita came down today in Virginia Beach. He pleaded guilty to DUI and no contest to involuntary manslaughter. A judge sentenced him to 11 years, but suspended all but 4 years and a month of the sentence. 22-year-old Tasia Freeman died when Kita hit her car earlier this year. Freeman's car was stalled on the side of the road. Kita had been issued a DWI in Chesapeake just 1 month before that fatal crash.
The search is on for a group of burglars in Franklin caught on camera. This video is from a home targeted by thieves multiple times in recent months. You can see 3 people rummaging through the home. They eventually got away with a safe. Police haven't named any suspects. Now, neighbors are concerned. Coming up on 13 News Now at 5, hear from them about the bold crime.
Developing now, we'll get an update on flood control efforts in Virginia Beach. Tomorrow, the city manager will give a presentation to City Council about 10 projects that are underway, and those projects are in places like Windsor Woods, Asheville Park, and other spots hit hard by Hurricane Matthew last year. The city manager will go over how far along the projects are and how much they've cost. Also this week, you can learn more about the updates on Laskin Road in Virginia Beach. On Thursday, VDOT is holding a public hearing, and you can see the final design for the plan to get rid of the feeder lanes and replace the Laskin Road Bridge. 13 News Now told you last week VDOT has officially approved the money for the changes. The meeting is Thursday from 5 to 7 in the evening at First Colonial High School.
There is a new push tonight to keep Virginia's teaching force strong. Governor McAuliffes signed a new executive directive and announced new budget actions aimed at addressing the teacher shortage. 13 News Now anchor David Allen has a look at the key points.
Well, the governor's move here is said to be about training and keeping teachers. Executive Director 14, as it's called, gives state colleges the option to offer an undergraduate major in teaching. Right now, state regulations only allow for graduate degrees in education, not undergraduate degrees. Governor McAuliffe also wants more than $1 million in new funding to automate the teacher licensing process here. He wants $1 million to recruit and keep principals in challenged schools, and the governor wants more money to help teachers pay for their educations and for testing. Those goals will be part of Governor McAuliffe's next budget proposal. His full budget comes out on December 18th, not that long from now. We'll be following that for you. David Allen, 13 News Now.
A motorcyclist is recovering after a crash with a school bus this morning in Virginia Beach. The bus was on its way to the Renaissance Academy when the accident happened on Lynn Haven Parkway and South Rosemont Road. No students were on board the bus at the time of the crash. Police have not said which driver was at fault in the accident.
5 kittens stolen from a shelter in Hampton. They were all from the non-kill shelter Cat Corner. The shelter's president says someone took the cats between 6 and 7 o'clock this morning. She says whoever stole the kittens got in through a window, left a footprint on the counter and blood on the floor. The Cat Corner president filed a police report. She says their shelter has been in Hampton for 35 years and nothing like this has ever happened before.
It's a sick feeling when you're trying to do so much good and someone does something like this.
All right, take a look at your screen. This is a picture of what the stolen kittens look like. That picture we showed you just a little while ago. Coming up on 13 News Now at 5, we'll tell you what the shelter is doing now to help get their kittens back.